the Spurs and the Mavericks. I don't know how this one went 7 games in the first place. Vince Carter pretended he was a little younger. It was Spurs 119, Mavericks 96. The funny thing about the Spurs to me is I hated them for all those years. All those I just never liked them. They were boring. It was the same thing. And now I think I've become a Spurs fan. At this point, with the age and watching that machine and the way they bring in people, I watch them and I think, wow, Popovich, I hated him. He's a good coach. Duncan, when he retires, I'm going to miss him. Parker is still incredible. I mean, it shouldn't have gone 7.
You know what it's like?
Yeah.
It's like Rocky IV, when the Soviet fans they first hate Rocky,
yes,
and then as the match is going on, round after round after round, they're like, this guy, we hate him. He's a little bit boring and weird, whatever. He's a stupid American, but you know what? We're impressed with his perseverance. We're impressed with his doggedness. We're impressed with his ability to rise up. And
so I guess that's what it is, because I am
exactly
a true
right?
basketball fan.
Yeah.
I watch them now, and I think when Duncan's gone, when this team disappears, there was something really special. I mean, the way they've brought in these little guys that every year somebody new comes in and plays that role correctly, it's incredible.
You know, it really is. Okay, don't forget that these Spurs battled the Shaq Kobe Lakers.
Yeah.
Shaq is now like way out of the league and probably weighs 500 pounds. And they won those battles. I mean, they lost them, but I think they won more than they lost against the Lakers. Mm-hmm. They battled those, the Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
They battled, the Suns, led by Amari and Steve Nash.
Yep.
They battled for so long. You forget how long it's been.
Duncan won a championship with the Spurs in 1999.
Yeah.
This is 15 years later. They've been in the playoffs obviously every year. I think they've won at least 50 games every year.
That's right.
And at least probably 3 or 4 60-win seasons, including this one. I mean, these guys are something else.
And I 100% agree with you that I used to not like them because I thought they were boring. And they're like, oh, this Frenchy guy, Tony Parker, and then Ginobili, this Argentinian guy. They're not even Americans, and this is an American sport, whatever, right?
They're not Americans.
But you know what? But that was awesome. And you're right. It doesn't matter who they plug into the system. They have a great system led by an amazing coach, and they're anchored by Duncan and these guys. Quick story.
Yeah.
So I was at this networking event. I met this very influential guy from Texas who is close to TJ Ford, who played for Texas, and then he was in the NBA for a little while. I think he had a neck injury and he dropped out of the league. Yeah. But TJ Ford was signed by the Spurs at one point. And the first day, he got a tour from Ginobili and Tony Parker. He took them all around. And then they said to TJ Ford, all right, so tomorrow practice is at 2, so we'll see you at 11. And TJ Ford said, you're kidding, right? Like, why would I show up at 11 for a 2 o'clock practice?
Right.
And they're like, we're not joking. The captain is here at 11, and we show up when the captain shows up, Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that story. I was like, that's why they're winners, and they keep winning because they're dedicated to their craft. They get better every year, and, whoever they bring into the system, whether it's a TJ Ford, Gary Neal, Patty Mills, Boris Diaw, Tiago Splitter, it doesn't matter. They buy into this great system, this great professionalism, and they keep winning.
And they love each other. Like, they love each other as teammates. Duncan and Parker, you could see it when, timeouts come and the way Duncan grabs him. Like, there's like this real feeling of like, we're doing this.
And trust.
And there's also, I think, because it's gone on for so long, there's always this feeling of this may be the last one.
Yeah.
And that's very clear. And, they've won 5. It's incredible. They could still go for a 6th. They could have had it last year. They're one Duncan layup away from a 6th. This could be potentially their 7th had things shaken out a little bit differently.